Welcome to the Virtual College Exploration for All Missouri Students, sponsored by the Missouri Association for College Admission Counseling and StriveScan. Thank you so much for joining us. A few announcements before we get started. You can use the Q&A button on your screen to type your questions to our panelists at any time. Your camera and microphone are off, so our guest cannot see or hear you. However, if you put your questions in the Q&A, they will respond. This is just one of many different sessions happening, so be sure to check out the full schedule at moacac.org. This presentation is being recorded and will be available within about a week at the same website, moacac.org. I'm now going to turn it over to our presenter, Dacia, who is the Missouri representative for the University of Florida.
Okay, everyone, can you see my screen? I hope so. Hello, my name is Dacia Bauer. I am the Associate Director for Admissions at the University of Florida. I am also a UF alumni here with the university. And so all that means is that I like to talk a little bit more about my university and brag on it a lot. So the first thing that you'll notice is that we are currently ranked number 6 public university by U.S. News and World Report. And what that means is just that we're always going to be trying to be the best institution that we can possibly be, definitely in the state of Florida as well as the country. At this time, the University of Florida is Florida's oldest and most prestigious university. We are ranked, again, number 6. We are also a land, sea, and space grant institution. We are situated on 2,000 acres in Gainesville, Florida, with a few research facilities around the state that touches all 67 counties in the state of Florida. U.S. population is about 55,000 students, of which 38,000 are undergraduates. We also have 120 undergraduate degrees as well as 200 graduate degrees. We also have all 5 professional schools, so pharmacy, dental medicine, law school, veterinary med, as well as a college of medicine that's located in our research and teaching hospital at the University of Florida. So let me talk a little bit about Gainesville, Florida. We are the quintessential campus town. We have a small population of a little over a million people, as well as the students and staff members that work on our campus. We are 2 hours away from Orlando, Jacksonville, Tampa, and a little bit of the coast and the beaches on the east and the west coast of Florida. We are 5 hours away from Atlanta and 5 hours away from Miami. Now, let's talk about the admissions process. And the application deadline is one of the most important things. So the first thing that you need to know is that we have one deadline. That deadline is November 1. We will receive anywhere from 49,000 to 50,000 applications. We'll admit anywhere from 14 to 15,000 students, as well as have 4 classes of 6,500. Our next deadline is the student self-reported academic record, which is December 1st. That is a requirement that all applicants must submit their high school grades instead of their transcript through this system. So you're going to sit down with your high school transcript and enter absolutely every single grade that you have received during your high school career. And that could also start in middle school. Our next deadline is December 15th, which is our test score deadline. You must submit or at least request that the testing agency send your test by December 15th. If you are taking the December test or the ACT or SAT, all you have to do is request that your test be sent to the University of Florida and it will get here in time. So at this time, the state of Florida and all state universities across the state are not test optional. We are still waiting on the state university system, which are board of governors, to make the final decision. You still want to apply to the University of Florida if you do not have a test, because if they make the decision, then you would have met the deadline. So we're going to talk a little bit about how we review applications. And it's really simple. So the first thing is we have a holistic process. And so we're going to look at your academic information, your co-curricular information, and we're going to evaluate them separately. Each of those will be considered or be evaluated and given a weight. Or if you'd like to think about, a grade, like you're in high school and you have a class and you have different types of responsibilities, and you have different types of assignments, and you get a grade for each of those. So you want to think about it that way. So you'll get a grade for your academic review, and you'll get a grade for your holistic review. So the first thing we're going to do is recalculate your grade point average using your 9th, 10th, and 11th grade grades, using your academic classes in 9th, 10th, and 11th grade. We'll also use your academic classes that you may have completed in middle school that counts for high school. So that might be Spanish 1 or Spanish 2 or Algebra 1 and geometry. If you've taken those in middle school, you'll add them to your student self-reported academic record, and they will be calculated in your GPA. So when we're talking about your academic grades or your academic coursework, we're talking about for English, your math, your social science, your natural science, and your foreign language. We'll give a half a point for any honors, pre-AP, pre-IB, or pre-ACE courses for grades of C or better. You'll get 1 full point for anything that is AP, IB, ACE, and dual enrollment in those 5 core academic classes. And then you'll get 1 full point for anything that is AP, IB, or ACE. So if you have an option of taking AP Art History versus Honors Art History, that AP Art History class is going to be considered academic, and it will calculate into your grade point average. Now, as I said, we're only going to calculate your grade point average from middle school to your 11th grade grades. Now, because you're in high school when you're applying to the university, you don't have senior year grades. And so we are not going to use your senior year grades. We're not going to request senior year grades to calculate your grade point average. We're just going to use the information that you have in your senior year schedule to see if you're still challenging yourself. Are you taking the highest level of courses offered? Are they AP courses or honors courses? Based on the school that you attend. So if you can only take honors courses, that's completely fine. Are you challenging yourself within that environment? That's what we're looking for. Now, when it comes to your SAT and your ACT, we are going to super score. We're going to super score the SAT. We're going to super score the ACT. If you have taken each test multiple times, we ask that you send us your all attempts, and we will automatically super score them for you. I know you have the option of sending us your best test. You're more than welcome to do so as well. But you want to know whichever test gives you the highest score, that is the one we will use to make your final decision. Now, when it comes down to our middle 50%, so we do have a 2020 or incoming freshman class, their middle 50% recalculated academic GPA was a 4.4 to a 4.6. So you see these numbers. That is not what you need to be considered for being admitted to the University of Florida. It is also not saying that if you don't have this information that you will be denied from the University of Florida. We're looking at everything that you have been able to do within your environment. And so, for instance, if the highest GPA at your high school is a 4.2, then we're going to measure you based on that 4.2 scale. If you don't have AP courses in your high school, that's not a problem. We're only going to compare you with the applicants from your high school because you all have access to the same resources. And so when you're looking at this middle 50%, there are students who are admitted with a 4.1 and a 1310 or a 28 because this is just one portion of the application, and it's also based on the high school that you attend. Now, as we go through, this is hairy, very easy. So the next thing that we kind of do, we talked about your co-curricular activities or your holistic review. And we're looking to see basically who you are, what are you going to bring to our campus. So the main thing about this is you just need to tell your story. You don't have to worry about anything academic. You don't have to share anything about your academic information. This is not what this section is for. Since we don't take letters of recommendations, and we don't conduct interviews, this is your interview. This is you selling yourself to the University of Florida. So the first thing that we're looking for is your resume of activities. We're looking for leadership, commitment, and diversity. For leadership, that means, hey, do you have any leadership position, or do you exhibit any leadership in any other area? And so you may be really interested in your faith or in doing community services, and you've decided to create a program, and that shows a leadership skill or leadership quality. You don't necessarily have a leadership title, but you're showing us your leadership. When it comes to commitment, we're talking about how many years have you been involved? How many hours have you dedicated to this activity? You want to start thinking about, okay, what have I done from 9th through 12th grade and what makes me so great? And you want to also show that commitment. So you're going to tell us, hey, I've been involved for 3 years or 4 years or whatever it is. When it comes to diversity, that's really easy. We have over 1,000 student organizations on this campus and over 300 degree programs. So that means no one is the same all the time in absolutely every single way. Even if you have a twin sister or brother, you're probably not exactly the same, absolutely everything, and like exactly the same things. And so when we're talking about diversity, it has nothing to do with race or gender or culture. It has to do with the person that you are. So if you think about our middle 50% GPA and test score ranges, most of our students are going to be in National Honor Society. So now you're going to say, okay, I'm in National Honor Society just like everyone else, but what else have I done? So you want to start thinking about the diversity of your activities. When it comes to your essay, it's really simple. It just needs to be about you. You need to have a lot of I, me, and my in your essay. You need to talk about absolutely anything that you would like to talk about. You can create your own essay topic. You can choose one of the ones that we have in our coalition or Common App. But the main thing is about you. A lot of students take time to kind of set up a story or talk to us about their parent. Usually it's their mom and how great their mom is, and she's just wonderful. She bakes me cookies every day, and she picks me up from school every day, or she bought me a car, and she's wonderful. And the last 4 or 5 sentences are about how great they are and how much I would like to be like my mom. And if it wasn't for her, I wouldn't be as great as I am. And 75% of your essay is about your mom. And so we'll probably say, you know what, you're right, she is a great person. So we'll just admit her since you told us all about her and nothing about yourself. So you want to start thinking about absolutely everything that you have done and making sure that, yes, you can share a story, but 75% of your essay needs to be just about you. So let's talk about a little bit about some of the options that you have in your application. So the first thing is UF is a wonderful institution. We do have a 97% retention rate for our freshmen. We also have a really, really great 6-year graduation rate at 88%. We also have a 17-to-1 student to faculty ratio. So in order for us to continue to have those high numbers and making sure that we're having a great student to faculty ratio, we have decided to include different pathways into the University of Florida. So as you apply to the University of Florida using the Common App or the Coalition App, you're going to select your preferred term. So that's either going to be fall or summer. But then you'll have different options in your application. So you'll have an option for Innovation Academy or IA. It's a 30 major program focused on entrepreneurship, creativity, leadership, ethics. You're guaranteed a minor in innovation, and you'll attend the University of Florida in the spring and the summer on campus, leaving your fall to compete for internships, study abroad, research, and online classes. That program will be offered to you in your application. There's one additional essay that you will need to complete, and it's essentially why do you want to be in Innovation Academy, and then you'll move through the application. The other option that you will receive is the honors program application. Those are 2 additional essays. There is no criteria. There's no GPA criteria for honors. Honors is looking for leadership, commitment, and diversity. Actually, the honors students actually read your essays and make a recommendation on whether or not you should be admitted to the honors program. If you want to find out a little bit more about the honors program, I would just Google UF honors and you'll find out that you'll be able to do a lot of research, work with professors side by side, conduct research at remote locations around the country and around the world, as well as have specialized classes that are just for honors students. You want to think of outside of the box when it comes to honors. So one year they had a essay topic question that asked, if there was a bear and a shark fighting in outer space, who would win? And it was a really interesting topic, and a lot of students use physics to state their case and say, this is why I think the shark would win, and other students use a lot of different things in saying why they thought the bear would win. So if you're interested in honors, you should definitely think about being outside the box in regards to your answers. So the other option that you will have is something called PACE, or Pathways to Campus Enrollment. That is a 60 major program where you combine the online and on campus. So we do have something called UF Online here at the University of Florida, which is also ranked. You will complete all of the first 2 years of your AA degree online. You will be a UF student. You can live on campus. You can do whatever you need to do, but you'll start and complete your 2 years online, and then transition to campus without reapplication and without reapplication, and without having to fill out another application. I already said that, or pay another application fee. So you do have those options. So at this time, I would usually stop for questions, but again, I'm a UF alum, so that means I really like to talk about my institution. So let's talk about why the University of Florida. As I said, we have over 1,000 student organizations on this campus. That's absolutely everything that you could possibly think of. If you're interested in absolutely anything, we have it. If we don't have it, then you can create your own organizations. We've had organizations that have focused on student affairs, cultural organization. I am Jamaican, so I was in JAMSA, Jamaican American Association, the Hispanic Student Association. I was in the band, the UF Marching Band. I traveled with the football team. I was also in the Rock, Paper, Scissors Club. I know a lot of things, people are saying you have a Rock, Paper, Scissors Club. We do have one. We did go to national championship, and we did win national championship in Rock, Paper, Scissors. So if there's anything that you're interested on this campus, you're more than welcome to participate. We also have a lot of student resources through our Student Affairs Department. So we do have a First Generation Success Office, Multicultural and Diversity Affair that empowers diverse communities and advocates for inclusion across the campus. We also have a new Institute of Black Culture and a new Institute of Hispanic and Latino Culture, but we just call it La Casita for short. We also have services for humanitarian care that is focused on your health, safety, and holistic well-being, as well as our disability resources for students who have learning differences. So we are trying to make sure that you're going to have fun here and that you're going to pick up some valuable skills outside of the classroom. So the next thing that we are focused on is credibility. What makes the University of Florida credible? As I said, we have a 97% retention rate. We also have enough majors and are ranked high that no matter what you do and what you're thinking about doing, either changing your major or double majoring or triple majoring or going through a combined degree program or staying for medical school or a doc program, that you're going to get a really quality academic experience here at the University of Florida. We also have great faculty. You are able to participate as a freshman in research. So our Center for Undergraduate Research allows you to work with a professor hand in hand to do any type of research that you're interested in. As a matter of fact, we just hired about 500 faculty members, and our faculty from the College of Education and the College of Engineering work together to create an open source, low cost ventilator in the fight for COVID. We're also known for something a little bit different called Gatorade. If you haven't noticed, the University of Florida are called the Gators. Gatorade, the actual drink, was developed here on the University of Florida campus. We also use that to kind of brag a little bit on how great we are in sports, regardless of if we're win or lose. If the team on the sideline is drinking Gatorade, then we've won already. So you want to think about those things when it comes to UF as far as research is concerned. Now, when it comes to affordability, 85% of our students receive financial aid, and 2/3 of our students graduate debt-free. We do have resources available for you through Student Financial Affairs. We do have scholarships based on institutions, either based on your major or based on the college that houses your major. We also have an option to make sure that you're successful. These resources that we're going to talk about a little bit are really designed to making sure that you are successful at the University of Florida during your stay here and after you graduate. So our Career Connection Center helps students develop their career inventories, assessments. They do resume and cover letter. They also do interview prep. We also have something called the Career Closet, where they'll provide you with professional clothing for any interview for free of charge. We also have a lot of different multiple college fairs, or not college fairs, career fairs that you can attend on the University of Florida campus so that you can find those internships and those jobs post-graduation and while you're here. So as an alum, you're still able to take advantage of the services that we offer here. So that is my presentation. I can open it up now to see if you have any questions. If you're interested in learning a little bit more about the University of Florida, please take a picture of this slide and to connect with us. Are there any questions at this time? Can't see much. My view is a little different right now. Hello. I don't think I have any questions.
Okay. I'm going to share my screen one more time.
Thank you.
All right.
Perfect.
Thank you so much for joining us. When you close this window, there will be a link to a very quick 4-question survey, and we would appreciate any feedback that you can provide. Also, again, this was just one of many sessions being hosted, so be sure to sign up for additional sessions at moacac.org. In about a week, you'll be able to find this session's recording as well as all of the other session recordings at moacac.org. Thank you.
Thank you so much, everyone. Have a great night.